Sir, are you Mr. Molman?
Yep.
I'm Jeff Bowditch. I'm the guy you talked to.
Oh, just on the phone out there?
Yeah, I'm the guy that was on the phone.
Gotcha.
So in a couple seconds here, we're going to talk to the judge.
All right. Sounds
All right. Maybe if you ask, they might let you sit down, brother.
Oh, no, I'm fine. I've been sitting all day.
Oh, all right. I don't know how long the judge is going to be, but we're ready.
Just when you get your phone on.
Pressure making me nervous.
I'm fairly certain the judge is just reviewing everyone's information.
Gotcha.
When I talked to the clerk, she was just sending it over.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Al Hindman, the magistrate. The date and time set for an arraignment. It's going to be Ahmed Jamal Jackson. Mr. Jackson, you're present.
Yes,
State your full name for the record.
Ahmed Jamal Jackson.
Mr. Jackson, you have an attorney present. He's going to put his appearance on the record.
Your Honor, do we have a case number?
The case number on this case is 21-0255.
Once again, Your Honor, I apologize. 21.
21-0255.
0255. Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of and with Mr. Jackson. Your Honor, today's date and time set for arraignment in these matters. We would waive formal reading, stand mute, ask the court to respectfully enter a not guilty plea on Mr. Jackson's behalf.
Mr. Jackson, I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. We're going to schedule this matter for what's called a probable cause hearing. This probable cause date is going to be April 7th this year, Judge Martin's courtroom. It's going to be by Zoom, and it's going to be at 8:30 a.m. Officer, we're to the bond portion of this case. Any comments on bond?
Yeah, just due to the nature of the charges, Your Honor, we would ask that bond be set as recommended.
Jeffrey, you reviewed the bond recommendation on this case, correct?
I haven't reviewed it, Your Honor. I've reviewed the, I didn't get the number. I reviewed the criteria, not the number.
This is a, they're requesting $500,000, 10%, no contact with the complainant victims in this case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Return to be in or around or near the address of 35420 Border Place, City of Romulus, and the complainant victims are Amanda Hubbard and Adam Hubbard, and the spelling of the first name is Augeli Jackson. No contacts with those individuals.
We've reviewed that, Your Honor.
So these charges, Jeff, I'll let you go into your comments on bond.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Jackson is a 45-year-old individual who presently resides at the address the court stated, 35420 Border Street in Romulus. He's been there for the last 4 years. Amanda Hubbard and Adam Hubbard are stepchildren. He does reside there with them. I went into a very extensive explanation, Your Honor, that if he were to be considered for any form of personal bond or anything, he absolutely can't return to that residence. He's agreed to that. He's been a machinist for Parker Hannaford for the last 3 years. He's not on probation. He's not on parole. He has no criminal history, Your Honor, and I believe he has no warrants. He's married to the mother, has been married to the mother of those children for 8 years. But once again, Your Honor, we've gone into some great detail talking about the no contact order. And he assures me if the court considers any sort of personal bond, that he would not have any contact or return to that Border Street residence.
Mr. Jackson, when's the last time that you were arrested?
Arrested? I had maybe a few years ago for a traffic violation, but I've never been arrested for no criminal crimes or nothing like that.
All right, Mr. Jackson, pay close attention to detail. Like I said earlier, you're to have no contact with the complainant victims in this case. And and Agulai Jackson and Adam Hubbard and Amanda Hubbard. No third-party contact. That means you can't send a message to a family member or friend. No cell phone, text messaging, or any social media contact. You cannot return to, be in or around or near 35420 Border Place in the city of Romulus. They want a $500,000 10% bond from you only because you have an attorney present. Your bond's gonna be 250,000, 10% with the stipulation you can only be released on the Wayne County Tether program. That
Thank
wraps
you, Your Honor.
case number 21-0255. And they have been working on another one, Jeff?
We have two more, Your Honor. Mr. Molman and Mr. Baker. I'm ready on both.
All right. Am I done?
Yep.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, she said for either one of us.
Yeah,
Oh,
just let him go.
All right, Ronald, Mohlman, Jeff, is that next?
Yes, your Molman is pronounced, Your Honor. Ronald Molman.
Mohlman.
Do you have a case number on that, Judge?
Hey, case number is 21-0253.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Vodich, appearing on behalf of and with Mr. Ronald Molman. Your Honor, today's the date and time set for arraignment in this matter. We'd waive formal reading, stand mute, ask the court to respectfully enter a not guilty plea on his behalf.
Mr. Mohlman, I'm entering a plea of not guilty on your behalf. I'm going to schedule this matter for what's called a probable cause hearing, and that's going to be on Wednesday, April 7th of this year. It's going to be at 8:30 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We're to the bond portion of this case. Officer, any comments on bond?
Due to the seriousness of the offense, Your Honor, we would ask that bond be set as recommended.
Jeffrey, have you seen the bond recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any comments on bond?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Molman is a 22-year-old individual. He presently resides at 633 Vaughn in Detroit. He had an address listed on eCourse, but his address is 6335 Vaughn, Vaughn. That's in the city of Detroit, 48228. He does not live there with anyone. So he does not live with the alleged victim in this matter. He has been an employee with Mobility Transportation for the last 4 years. He's not on probation. He's not on parole. And Your Honor, he has no criminal history. We were hoping that the court might consider a personal bond in this matter. Once again, I've had extensive conversations, especially in this matter, about no contact. I believe he understands that and will adhere to it, Your Honor.
Well, based upon the seriousness of these charges, bond is a purpose of a bond is to guarantee that he shows up in court. Secondly, it's the safety of the public. In this bond recommendation, it says that Mr. Molman was served with a PPO on this case. Are you familiar with that?
I was never served.
I'm not here to debate that, and I'm speaking with your attorney.
Oh, Your Honor, my apologies, Your Honor. It was indicated that there was a PPO pending. I don't believe it was ever served.
Well, again, said that he made contact with the complainant victim in this case, but the bottom line, it's all about the safety of the public. I want Mr. Molman to pay close attention to detail of my bond conditions. You cannot return to, be in or around or near 32801 Ecorse Road. No contact with Brianne Cottrell. You're to have no third-party contact. You can't send a message to a family member or friend. You cannot return to, be in or around or near 964 Deering Street in Garden City. No cell phone, text messaging, or any social media contact. Am I clear, Mr. Molman?
Yes, sir.
You cannot possess any firearms while you're on this bond. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
You cannot purchase, consume, or possess any mood-altering substance while you're on this bond, including alcohol.
Yes,
Based
sir.
upon the seriousness of these allegations, I'm going to light on the better side of caution. And your bond is $250,000 cash, and you can only be released on the Wayne County GPS tether program if you post that bond. Jeff, that wraps up case number 21-0253.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And so the record's clear, Jeff, that's only half of what they wanted in a bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Two different cases.
So Mr. Molman only had one case, Sergeant?
Yes, just the one.
2 counts.
Did you do the last one, Jeff?
Beg your pardon, Your Honor?
You're ready on the last one, right?
Yes, Mr. Baker? Yes, Your Honor,
Gotta
ready.
see if I have it. I haven't seen it yet.
First name Eric, last name Baker, Your Honor.
Can I request a lot of targets on it? No, this is just a bond, bro. Just like, that was good.
Everything's slow.
Good evening, George.
Good afternoon. Morning still.
Oh, it's still morning.
Mr. Baker, Al Hindman, the magistrate, today's the date and time set for a arraignment on a 93-day misdemeanor, 1 count of domestic violence. The case number in this case is 21-0256. You have an attorney present in the courtroom. He's going to put his appearance on the record.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch, 45367, appearing on behalf of and with Mr. Baker. Your Honor, today is the date and time set for an arraignment in this matter. We waive formal reading, stand mute. Ask the court to respectfully enter a not guilty plea on Mr. Baker's behalf.
Mr. Baker, I'm entering a plea of not guilty on your behalf.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm going to schedule this matter for a pretrial on April 27th of this year, 9:10 a.m. in Judge Oakley's courtroom by Zoom. I got to go back. Sergeant, on the last guy, contact information from him has been forwarded to the court, correct, for Mr. Molman?
That's correct.
Thanks. Mr. Baker, we're to the bond portion of this case. Jeffrey, my bond conditions on Mr. Baker is he cannot return to 6360 Colorado. Sergeant, do we agree?
Yes, that's correct. They don't, the victim and the suspect do not reside in the same city.
Who lives at 6360 Colorado?
That would be the victim. The suspect here resides in Detroit.
Okay. So no contact with Elise Janae Reed, Mr. Baker. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
No third-party contact. You can't send a message to a family member or friend, no cell phone, text messaging, or any social media contact or any type of electronic contact until this case is adjudicated. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
I'll release you on a $3,000 personal bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sergeant, you're good with that, correct?
That is correct, Your Honor. We have no objection.
Pretrial April 27th, Your Honor.
Yes. I'm not ignoring everybody. I'm doing some paperwork here. Hold on. Contact information for this gentleman's been forwarded to the court as an address and a cell phone, correct?
Email address as well, Your Honor, all three.
Very good. Well, that wraps up Mr. Baker. Do we agree, Jeff?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sergeant, you're good, correct?
We are.
That wraps up our